Yo, what is good, Jets Nation? Welcome back to Jets Media. This is Richie, and in this video, I want to give you guys some stars of Jets training camp so far. As you guys know, I am not in my studio. As you can see, I am on vacation right now in Los Angeles with my friends. I'm on the West Coast for the week, but I did bring my equipment so I can give you guys Jets content while I'm here reporting about training camp. Nothing's going to change. I want to make sure that I remain consistent on this channel, even though when I'm away from home, I love reporting about the Jets, as you guys can tell. So here I am, give you guys my thoughts of the Jets training camp so far, and I thought of 5 players I want to talk about in particular, who have stood out to me in person, because I was at 2 Jets training camps so far, and then we can dive deep into the what beat reporters are saying other players are looking like from the practices that I was not in attendance. So before I hop into the video, I just want to mention, if you guys are new to Jets Media, please don't forget to smash that subscribe button. I got a lot of Jets content coming your way, reporting about training camp and leading all the way up into the season. And if you guys want to check me out over on Instagram and Twitter, that is at NYJets_media. And if you enjoyed the video, please do not forget to thumbs it up. With that being said, let's jump right into Jets training camp from LA, as you guys can see. So let's start off with the number 1 player that we all know is the star of training camp. And I think you guys know who I'm going to talk about in your heads right now before I even bring up his name, because he's the talk every single day of Jets training camp. Yes, I know you guys know who I'm talking about. Elijah Moore, the rookie wide receiver from Ole Miss, has been nothing but sensational every single practice. There's not one day you see a Jets beat reporter say, okay, this is not Elijah Moore's day. He has a couple drop balls. He's not getting open. He's not wowing us. Almost every single practice, Elijah Moore makes a play, and it's pretty remarkable. As you guys know, I was at 2 of the Jets training camps last Saturday and Monday, and I was blown away from Elijah Moore. He looked like a guy that is just, his presence, his energy, his confidence level in himself is something that really separates himself from other people that I noticed, especially on the field when he's fielding punts. His quickness with the ball in his hands, a quick little one-step juke. You know that he has the footwork. We know that he has the quickness. The route running, we all knew that, but his hands are insane. The catches that he makes at training camp is just, you can't teach that stuff. There was a play that you guys saw was posted. Zach Wilson threw him a dart, and Bryce Hall was draped all over him, and there was really no way possible he can make this catch unless Zach Wilson put it in the perfect spot. And Elijah Moore extended his arms, caught it in traffic, brought it down, first down during training camp. And that was one of those plays where I'm like, wow. And then we all saw the 80-yard bomb from Zach Wilson. This was obviously a busted coverage, but Elijah Moore had its crazy dirty route. He's the reason why he was wide open. It wasn't the defense's fault. It was just Elijah Moore was so good at route running, where that's how much separation he got in that deep route. And then you see it in his hands. He just has that quick one-step cut. You know, the defender wasn't really trying to tackle him, but you know what I'm saying. Everything about Elijah Moore's presence is crazy. Jets fans, every single Jets fan that's been to training camp in person, we all walk away with the same exact takeaway, which is indeed Elijah Moore looks special. You can just tell when somebody has that it factor, and I feel like that's one rookie out of this entire draft class that Jets fans can feel confident in, that he's going to be a beast. Even Odell Beckham Jr. said on an Instagram post about Elijah Moore, OBJ commented, just wait. And then some random fan said, yeah, just wait for what? Like, what are you talking about? And OBJ says, he's next. Like, he knows stuff at his age that I did not even know yet. Like, he is somebody that's going to be great, potentially all pro in his rookie season. And then Connor Hughes from The Athletic wrote an article and he interviewed Elijah Moore. And this is so awesome to hear. Elijah Moore has every single wide receiver written down that was drafted ahead of him in the draft, like Jalen Waddle, Rashad Bateman, Kadarius Toney, all the guys that were drafted in front of him in this year's draft class, he has written down on a whiteboard in his hotel room. He looks at those names every single day because he wants to remind himself that I need to prove all these teams wrong and I'm the best wide receiver in this draft class. He has an inner desire to be great, and that's the mentality I want to talk about. That mindset that he has is what's going to make him a really good player. And I've always said that, mindset is more important than physical ability in the NFL, in my opinion. You can be so physically talented, but if you don't have the mental ability to work and to focus on your craft and understand that downs and lows and how to deal with it, you're not going to get the physical talent out of yourself. There's some people that are physically gifted than others, but their just mindset is even just insane. If you guys know what I'm talking about, I feel like Elijah Moore has that mindset where it's going to separate himself and he's going to become really good. And then he said that some people compare him to a guy like Antonio Brown or Odell Beckham Jr., and he sees it a little bit, but he wants to be his own animal. So I can talk about Elijah Moore for the entire video because I'm so blown away by him. I really feel like he is going to be someone that's going to make a lot of plays for the Jets this year. And then the last thing I want to bring up before we move on from Elijah Moore is his chemistry with Zach Wilson. It really seems like Zach loves to give him the ball. Zach is targeting him the most. Maybe it's because Elijah Moore gets open the most, but expect Elijah Moore to get a lot of volume in this entire offense, whether it's getting handoffs out of the backfield, end arounds, screen passes, down the middle, down the sidelines for a deep route. He's going to do everything. He's going to be a lot of fun to watch, and Jets fans should be excited. So let's move on to another player who was a star of training camp in my eyes, and that is indeed Karl Lawson, the edge rusher, free agent acquisition for the New York Jets. This guy has been explosive every single time I looked at him in person, the 2 training camps I was at. I just stare at him and I'm looking at the Mekhi Becton versus Karl Lawson matchup. And at that time, there was no pad, so it's really hard to evaluate. But what stood out to me about Karl Lawson is his quickness off the line of scrimmage. It's ridiculous. The ball snapped, and it feels like he's already in the backfield before Zach Wilson even gets, to his drop back. And that is what makes him such a unique edge rusher. His body type is another thing that I noticed. He's so compact and jacked that when you get that explosiveness off the line of scrimmage and then you have a combination of finesse and power moves that he has in his arsenal, he's unstoppable. Like, he is going to be a very good player in the NFL, especially for the Jets this year. We got him in the prime of his career. Every single practice, it seems like he gets a sack. Every single practice, it seems like he's going all at Mekhi Becton. And this is only going to help out Mekhi Becton because for him to go up against Karl Lawson every single day in practice, that's only going to make Mekhi Becton even better because they're both going to learn from each other's mistakes, and that's iron sharpens iron, as everyone's saying, and even Mekhi Becton said that himself. So Karl Lawson has definitely been a star of training camp in my eyes, and every single beat reporter that's been there and every single Jets fan that went to training camp can come away with the feeling that, okay, Karl Lawson is legit. We didn't just give a random free agent edge rusher $45 million over 3 years for nothing. Like, you can tell that he is different. He is a different type of edge rusher, something that this Jets team has lacked for a long time. The next player I want to bring up in this video is definitely rookie running back Michael Carter. He's definitely stood out to me in particular the most out of the running back room. His quickness, his shiftiness, his sure toughness, his vision really looks like a running back that's complete and can do it all. He's very tiny. He's 5'8". He definitely looks like a small, compact type of running back, but that type of body type is very common to be a successful running back in the NFL, especially that he has that one-cut vision where he has the ball in his hands and you see the opening. He has the ability to change directions very fluidly, and I feel like he's going to fit this system so well. But in training camp, when I was there, every time he got the ball in his hands, he looked electric out there. He's a very unique style of running back. He's not a traditional guy that we've had on this team, to be honest. It's hard to compare him to a guy that's been on the Jets, but he just looks like somebody that's going to have a big role in this team as a rookie. And I feel like the running back room is going to be like a committee. I feel like the top 4 running backs are all going to get carries. It's going to be split between Michael Carter, Tevin Coleman, Ty Johnson, and Michael Pirine, and then even Josh Adams and Walter. I think those will be the practice squad running backs if I had to guess. But I'm not expecting Michael Carter to get all the reps. That's not what I'm saying. I feel like it's going to be split between them all. But Carter is definitely going to prove to be a guy that the Jets are going to have to give the ball more often than not, especially from seeing what he did at training camp. Just his unique size combined with his strength and speed. Like, at that size, he looks like he's very balanced as well. So Michael Carter is definitely a player I wanted to talk about. And then the next one is Zach Wilson, rookie quarterback. So he hasn't really been like a consistent star, but I definitely want to include him in this video because when I was there Saturday, he blew my mind. I know that you guys that watched that video, I was just going crazy about Zach Wilson. I made a bunch of tweets saying that he looks so good in person, and I definitely needed to include him in this video because he's had a very interesting start to training camp. His first practice was, he missed the first 2 days because of the contract situation. First practice last Friday, he struggled. He was 1 for 6 in the red zone, threw a pick to Marcus May, and everyone's a little concerned. And then the next day, which is when I was at, his second practice, completely lit it up. 80-yard touchdown to Elijah Moore, rolling out of the pocket, throwing off platforms, sidearm throws. His motion looks ridiculous. I'm sitting there looking at this kid just flying around, just, springing the ball out, explodes out of his hands, his pocket awareness, everything about Zach Wilson. When I saw him in person, I was just in awe of. I was like, you know what? This kid looks like something better than I really expected in person. When you get a first person perspective, it changes everything than when you're just looking at highlights and film and photos. When you see it up close and personal, it really gives you an idea of what his aura is, his energy. You can feel his presence on the field, and that's why I want to include him in this, because his swag out there is different. You can see him talking to the team a little bit different. He has the fluid motion that really stood out to me the most. His ability to just change arm directions, like if it's he drops back into the pocket and he goes through his progressions and no one's open, but we got Michael Carter down in the flat, you want to check it down. He doesn't need to go and square his shoulders and throw a fundamental football. He has that, who I'm talking about, Mahomes in him, where he can just sling that thing sidearm. And that's such a unique style that NFL quarterbacks can do that, but not a lot of them. Not every single NFL quarterback has that ability to just switch up your arm angles that quickly and that fluidly, and he has that. Zach Wilson has that, and he's going to be making a lot of plays at his rookie year where Jets fans are going to be like, wow, that's a phenomenal play. And then he's also going to have times where he looks like a rookie and he throws an interception where you look at it like, how did he throw this interception? That's a terrible mistake. He did not see that safety or that corner or that linebacker coming, and he picked him off. That's going to happen. He needs to learn from those mistakes. And that's another thing I noticed from Zach Wilson is it seems like he learns from his mistakes in training camp. He has a play, it's a comeback route, he overthrows it, and then he goes back to that same exact play. He needs to correct himself. Okay, where was my arm there? The timing wasn't right. And then he goes back. He has that mindset and that film junkie mindset where he just needs to improve every single time he steps on the field. And that's why I need to include him in this video, is simply because his ability to learn from his mistakes seems like it's going to take him far in this league. And then the last star I want to talk about in this video is second-year cornerback Bryce Hall. He impressed me when I was there in person. He looks like a sure cornerback in the NFL that can really do well. His size is a lot bigger than I expected. He looks like he can match up against any wide receiver physically, and he's very long. He went stride for stride with Corey Davis when I was there. Corey Davis did not get one target. Bryce Hall has the length. He's all over the place, pass deflections, locking people up. He looks like a cornerback that could be very good this season. Last year, we know the whole story. He broke his ankle. He was looked at as a first, second round corner coming out of the draft, and then he had to get surgery, which shut him down. So his draft value went all the way down. We took a flyer on him in the 5th round, and we knew when we drafted him, he's not going to be ready to start off the season in his rookie year, and that was okay. Joe Douglas thought in the future. He didn't really care about that. He missed all of training camp last year. Bryce Hall comes back to the Jets last year. I don't know which week, but it was midway through the season, and he played the rest of the game, the rest of the season, no injuries, had a one-handed interception, played very good football, had some hiccups that he's going to learn from, and when I was there in person, he looked like a guy that's going to be a starter for the Jets for a while. I really feel like that. Obviously, we don't have a true CB1 yet that we can really confidently say this is our guy long-term, this is our lockdown corner. I think this season is really going to prove if Bryce Hall is that guy or not. And then there's rumors today in training camp or yesterday, Brandon Echols was getting cornerback 1 reps over Bryce Hall. And I know some people are going to read too much into that, but all that means is Robert Saleh and the coaching staff, they're trying to get everybody comfortable with the first team just in case of injuries. They're going to sub everybody in and out with the first team, second team, third team. They want everybody to get accustomed to each other's games, because if you just separate the ones, they only play with each other. The twos, they only play with each other. The threes, they only play with each other. Then they're only going to get chemistry with those guys. If you let all 3 of them miss and match with each other, then that's how you acquire depth, and that's how you acquire a culture within the organization, because everybody is comfortable with each other. So that's what is happening with that. Even I feel like on the offensive side of the ball with Denzel Mims, with Michael Carter, even Elijah Moore runs with the 2s. Everybody's missing and matching, and don't read too much into who's running with the 1s, 2s, and 3s, especially this early in camp. But Bryce Hall definitely stood out to me when I was there. He looks like a guy that's going to be making a lot of plays. That's really my 5 stars for Jets training camp so far, in my opinion. I got Elijah Moore, Karl Lawson, Michael Carter, Zach Wilson, Bryce Hall. If you guys want to bring up any players that you feel like is a star, you guys were at training camp, feel free to comment down below in the comment section. Like the video if you guys enjoyed, and comment down below a Jet emoji if you stayed until the end. That does it for this video. Stay tuned for more Jets content. Appreciate all the support here. It means a lot to me. And guys, reporting live from Los Angeles. I'll be back in a week or so don't you guys worry for more live streams and all that great stuff. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Let's go Jets. Peace.